It's the Fatboy Show on your number one station, RX Radio. How you doing today? Did you have a great weekend? A weekend filled with partying? Well, if that's the case, where did you party? Did you go to one particular bar, your favorite spot? Or did you go bar hopping? You know, go hang out at one place for a little bit, then to another, and to another. Then you receive a phone call from a friend saying, hey, we over here, come fall in. And so you spent the entire weekend hopping from one place to another, one establishment to another. Oh, you must be feeling so exhausted. Well, in case you are that kind of a person and you happen to be a Kenyan residing in Kenya, all that might change. The culture of bar hopping might soon be history for you. Because Kenya's deputy president has ordered government administrators in the country's central region to enforce a one pub per town directive that was issued last week. Rigathi Gachagua also wants the entertainment joints in the region to operate only between 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. in new measures meant to deal with the problem of alcoholism. Except now there are fears that these directives could see many people resort to making homemade alcohol. And, history tells us that when you try to restrict people's ability to consume alcohol, then they'll just find ways of dealing with that problem themselves. Remember the Prohibition era in the United States in the early 20th century. But anyway, what do you make of this development, Olive? Do you think that it's a solution, a viable solution for the problem of alcoholism, which we know is rife in many communities in the East African region?
I don't think it's a solution, really, because away from the fact that people are over-consuming, maybe you have to deal with the overconsumption, but then it's also an avenue, a business avenue. So are you going to put all those people out of business and give all that business to one bar? And what criteria will be used to give that one bar the license?
What are the odds that the only bar that will be licensed to operate in that community will be one belonging to a politician or a politician's friend?
Definitely. It will be.
The odds are very high.
The odds are very high. So I don't think this is really the solution. Maybe sensitize people, teach them more. I know people will say, but people know the dangers of alcohol. We assume most times that people know, but why do you think companies like Coca-Cola still advertise the product, yet we know it? Because there is always someone new that you're going to convert. So keep spreading the gospel about the dangers of alcohol as much as you can, but you cannot put people out of business because you failed to do what you were supposed to do in the first place.
So the bar owners and the bar operators who would be left out of this would be, they would be very badly affected. It will lead to, serious economic turmoil, unemployment. And also, for that one bar that would be permitted to operate, wouldn't they have to be the size of a football stadium to accommodate all the revelers who may want to drink that night?
Now picture this. Picture Najera, Chuatule, Chira being in Kenya, and you say one bar should have a license.
Nexus.
If you have been that side of town, you realize that there are days when you're going to find Nexus full, Laventi full, X-Hub full, and which other bars? There are so many bars on that road, and all of them are filled to capacity. So which bar has the capacity to serve that entire area?
It's a huge logistical nightmare, and you're right. One has to wonder whether or not this problem wasn't very, well thought out.
The solution, the directive, wasn't well thought out.
But at the same time, we can acknowledge that alcoholism is a huge problem, and what you want to do is to work on the causes of it rather than the symptoms of it.
Because normally people just run to it.
So people drink a lot alcohol for a lot of people is an escape from the hardships of life.
That's true.
And you'll notice when people are generally happy and are not struggling, their desire for alcohol is far less.
Really?
Isn't
that true? Because when people are happy, at least in Uganda, when people are happy, they're like, oh my goodness, we have to drink to that.
Well, yeah, but what will they drink? One beer, 2 beers? A glass or two of wine?
Haven't you seen Ugandans leaving the bar
but
at
you see,
5 in the morning?
But when someone is stressed, they're going to want to drink the whole bottle. That's the problem.
Fatboy, people drink a whole... That time when you drank that gold label that you refused to share.
You'll never forgive me for that.
Were you depressed? Weren't you in Christmas spirits?
Yes, I was in a happy mood. I was. But Okay.
Anyway,
But it's still true.
Drink
Come on.
because they're depressed. You're right.
It is true. Or they're struggling with job, career, business, relationships.
Family, yes.
Family. So a lot of people use it as an escape. And I think that's what we need to address.
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, in Africa in particular, we don't have so many other avenues of entertainment.
That's true.
Because think about it. If let's say you meet a girl and you say, let's go on a date, where are you going to go except a bar?
So you're going to go to a bar and restaurant.
Bar and
After eating, what else?
Drinking.
Drink.
Because, we take this for granted, but our friends who live in Europe and in other developed Asian countries, their cities are filled with activities, museums,
They'll go to
art galleries,
yes, they'll
theaters.
go skiing, they'll go to the theater, they'll go to movie theaters.
Right. They have different clubs, pottery, dancing classes. There'll just be so many fun things that people can
clubs.
do. Book club. But here, the only fun we have is drinking.
Drinking, that's true.
So-
and eating pork.
Yeah. So it's very easy for someone to slide into a life of alcoholism
Yeah.
because it just sort of fits normally with people's general everyday existence.
Actually, here in Uganda, if you have a group of friends that drink and you're the only person that doesn't drink, you're even weird. Like people say, Olive, what are you drinking? And you're like, I'll have water. They're like, water? I don't buy water. They want you to get something that is, they want you to get an intoxicant.
Exactly. So it's a big, big problem. I don't know how we're going to solve it, but at least it's important that we start the conversation.